Good evening and welcome everybody to Monday Night Live, Lost in Space. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. And with me tonight is my co-host, Anti-Derivative Jill. Great to see you.
Great to see you
And
too. I've got a sneezing fit going on.
pardon?
Oh, sorry, I
Uh
was just sneezing a bunch.
oh yeah, allergies. Yes, mine. I got to hit the grass this week and cut it before we head. This will be, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last stream I do because I will be heading north. I lost a dear friend up in Maine, and I will be heading up north to attend services. So I am doing a live show tonight, and I will be doing my council duties on Saturday evening and Monday. This coming Monday, we will be rolling and heading to Maine. So I will be back when I get back. I will keep in touch with you all on X and try to check in with you and say hi. But we'll enjoy tonight and have a good time. And I'll see you when I get back. So I'd like to welcome everybody in tonight. First and foremost, we have Gavin Blackburns in the house and my super ranch, David Glenn. And that's it for right now. And I know there will be other people's popping in throughout the show. So thank you Gavin. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And that being said, Jill, this was a fun episode. I love this episode. Dr. Smith is really getting outrageous. Some of his outrageous behavior is very obvious in this episode.
Yeah, you can really see why Will gravitates towards him being a spiritual 10-year-old himself.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. But then he kind of early, he gets ingratiated, but then, early on he does like step back and say, when we get to that part, we'll discuss it. But
Of course,
there's
but
some,
that's why he cares so much about him. Otherwise, he wouldn't bother speaking to him that
yeah,
frankly.
because he's constantly trying to make him a better person, is what I think. And maybe
Exactly.
that he will rub some of his good nature, Will's good, literally, no pun intended, goodwill will rub off on Zach Boy, as Struthers Martin would say in Blast Off into Space, season 2, episode 1. Struthers Martin called Dr. Zachary Smith Zach Boy, the minor Ephraim. I think. Yeah, I gotta look at the anyway. Yeah, this episode's fun. The alien, they start bringing in more aliens, and the alien in this one is a very silent alien. Doesn't say much, but it's a fun episode. And with that being said, Jill, let's do the breakdown.
Sure. This episode first aired on November 24th, 1965. This one was written by Barney Slater. He's a very prolific Lost in Space author. I can't list all his episodes because he writes 22 of them. And this is the first one. And so also this is the final real exit departure of Buck Houghton.
Yes,
Unfortunately, just butted heads too much with
Irwin.
yes. So by the time the end of this production, he's gone.
Yeah.
And the episode is directed by Sutton Roley. He directs 4 Lost in Space episodes, but the only one we've seen so far is Oasis. One of our dogs
Yeah.
is missing, is still coming up, and
I
season
love
3
that
is
episode. It's so cute. How do you like my thumbnail? By the way, the backdrop I added. I used some of my. I do a lot of like artwork with dark shadows and stuff with software, and I added some color to one of the stills in the thumbnails for tonight. In the
oh, cool.
background,
Yes, I did like that.
if you look at it, yeah. And I'm getting good with this. I've been doing it for a few years. My dark shadows work is my favorites. I love dark shadows. I don't know if you've ever watched that show, but it's a gothic soap opera. about
I've
a
seen a few episodes.
Barnabas Collins. I love it. Anyways, I digress. But this episode is really good. I like the way it's filmed. It almost looks like it's filmed like an episode of Twilight Zone in some of the movements. Like the
Oh,
way it
yes.
like it is some
The
of the
camera
angles.
underneath. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, and when they're running and you'll see in certain scenes the way this particular episode was filmed, I really found it amazing. So, I do have an uploaded slideshow as usual, and I will upload that. It's already uploaded, excuse me. We'll add to the stage. And would you want me to do the opening narration this
Yes.
week? Okay. Last week we left Dr. Smith dozing as Will worked over the chariot. Will was unaware that within moments Dr. Smith's carelessness would imperil all their lives.
Yep. Dr. Smith's refusing to help again. He's saying, I'm a scientist, not a mechanic.
Yep, he's definitely. There he is in his usual state of yawning, and this is when he makes that statement, I'm scientist. And Smith,
Not a
he
menial
goes, you're
mechanic.
and he goes, I think he calls him a first-rate gold brick.
That's right, a gold brick. It's
Yeah,
such a classic word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And let's get some meteor assets up. And before we get going, this is for you, Gavin.
About him? Whom are we discussing?
Mr. Kima, you dunce! The Golden Man!
You must be mistaken, sir. The gentleman and I have never met. Whee!
Alrighty, we got some meteor assets up here. And they're at the beginning. And right here is where he calls him first-rate gold brick, and he wants him to go get the fuel pack. And he
tells him to handle it with care.
Yes. And you get your never first, never fair. Smith is here. I think I might have that one. Nope. Nope, I don't have that. Never fair.
What?
Smith is here.
Okay.
What? I have it, but I haven't. I don't have it. I'll go get it real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Talk.
Okay, sure.
I will find it.
Well, yes, that is the first time he said that line. And I like when Don says, I don't know why we even bother with him, Will. And Will says, Dr. Smith has some good qualities. But Don responds, I have yet to find any. I really like Don. But Will always looks for the best in everybody.
This is when he goes, Mon Capitan. And he says,
fuel could explode on contact with air. Never fear. Smith is here.
I knew you got it.
I've got a whole bunch. I just couldn't squeeze. I had to remove stuff. I uploaded some funnies. Like, I got a little bit of funnies like this. Just a few funny things I added, when someone comes on. But I took some of them off, added some, and I got a lot of the clips, and we got a lot of good ones tonight. And we are moving along, and he's like, as Jill said, be very careful. It's very delicate. And then here he goes, why do I bother? Why do we bother? And here he goes. You see that? The evil smirk on his face.
Yeah, for
And
such a scientist, he doesn't really seem to respect chemistry.
no, especially when he's holding an explosive fuel pack that Dawn says, please be careful with. And what does he do? Drops it right on the ground.
Deliberately.
Yep. And he makes that damn smirk. And we get some smooth. The gas starts leaking. And oops, I did a backfill. And this right here, I will find this. I have something for this. I had these all organized. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I swear I had it.
David Glenn says, I swear we watched this a couple of weeks ago.
Here we go.
Don?
Go ahead, Jill.
Oh, this was, I just wanted to say, David Glenn, this was part of the teaser that we saw already. So we'll get into the full episode in a minute.
Yes. And this part right.
Don? Do you smell something?
The fuel pack.
And of course, Smith's there. And what happens next, folks?
The fuel pack. Get back! It is more than a
So it's good he chucks it away from the chariot, but why does he throw it in the direction of the Jupiter too? Not that he was gonna.
I didn't get well. I didn't think he was probably at this point like getting it out of the way. Figuring it might do less damage to the spaceship.
Suppose. Yeah, and it did.
Yeah, come on, that thing took a meteor shower. That's like a
move.
firecracker near it, compared to what that alleged titanium space hull should have on it. So
apparently, also for the teaser, Will was supposed to also almost be rolled over by the chariot, but that part was taken out because the networks don't like him being in too much danger.
Nope. And of course, I got this. Wait, okay, we're moving along, and the professor comes out, and they help Dawn up, and Dawn is like totally irate.
Yes, rightfully indignant.
Wait, I get it here. Watch this. This is what happens. Wait. Where is it? I have these all lined up.
Gavin says limited danger.
I've had enough of these.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. Now, what's all this about?
Yep.
Yeah. And Dawn is upset because somebody could have been killed because of Dr. Smith's stupidity.
Yeah, and this is what Smith goes like this.
What an unfortunate occurrence.
I told you to be careful with that fuel cell.
I was. It's not my fault that something went wrong.
So, and this is what happens next. And this is when he says,
That something went wrong?
We could have all been killed because of your stupidity.
If I had the intelligence of a goose, I'd still be a genius compared to you.
Yeah, well, all that brain power you're always talking about, it must be well hidden because nobody ever notices except yourself.
Yeah, that last line is my favorite one.
Yeah. All that brain power. Dawn's really laying into him. And then, of course, the professor's like, that's enough. And
Yourself.
I think
I've had enough of these.
All right, that's enough.
And then
Now, what's all this about? Well, perhaps you can tell me.
so and Will's like,
Don asked Dr. Smith to get a new fuel pack, and I guess it developed a leak.
Because of his carelessness.
yeah. And Will was honest, although you see him look at Dr. Smith and look at each other.
Kind of leaves some things out for Dr. Smith's benefit.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
John
now
has
he
his
goes,
own problems with Dr. Smith.
problems, yes. Yeah. He has his own problems, and he had several chores. Yeah.
His carelessness.
It was an accident due to a malfunctioning mechanism.
Well, I'm sure that's all it was, Dr. Smith. So why don't we just drop the whole thing?
Yeah. I'm going to see if I have that. I didn't save that part.
Drop the whole
But-
thing. I just got that.
thing. Yeah. And then he goes into, yeah, and what about your incident with you're supposed to be at the hydroponic garden? And he goes, oh, he was like detained again for some reason. And he goes, oh, well, I was on my way over right now. And he goes, oh, need not bother. We have no garden because it died of neglect.
For some reason, for reasons of laziness. Less than a week, it all died. So it really must have been far into that week. But Don had some really great lines in this episode. I don't know how the others feel, but I'm fed up with you. Every time something goes wrong around here, you're at the bottom of it. You're a troublemaker. The sooner we get rid of you, the better off we'll all be.
Gavin Blackburn says, sheesh, it's never his fault.
Of course, it's not his fault. He just wanted to take a nap.
Gavin Blackburn says again, limited danger, Will Robinson. Explosion. You swear? Oh, well, we already went over that. You swear you watched this? Yeah. Go ahead, Jill.
So, although he is lazy, we know he's lazy. They know he's lazy, and yet they put him in charge of the food supply.
I would not let that would be, and especially how much he likes to eat. We find out
Exactly. Even if he was doing his job, he'd eat all of it.
Yeah, he was always a greedy person. So he finally Don's like, I've had it, If he was gone, we'd be better off. And Smith looks
he's
at
just
the
being
professor.
honest.
Smith goes, do you feel the same way too, Professor? He didn't really say much.
No, he doesn't say anything, but the look on his face tells Dr. Smith that John doesn't disagree. But he's just too kind to really express it.
I'm going to see if I do have that clip. No, I don't have that particular clip of that, but yep.
Well, there seems to be only one recourse left for me. I shall leave immediately.
Yep. And of course, Will that morning is on the table, all sad and depressed.
He's the only one who really seems too sad about it.
Yeah. And Judy's like, here comes John, and he's like all chipper and stuff this morning. He don't care. He's like, he don't care. He's like, hey, good morning.
Penny does seem to have a little bit of empathy.
Yeah. Well, John's like, maybe I get a whole scene to myself without him trying to steal it. No, I'm just joking.
Actually, this isn't a bad John episode, even though Dr. Smith
no
is
go
heavy
ahead.
in it.
No, he upstages it. He always tries to upstage. You can see it. And he's basically telling Will, he's a grown man, he should be responsible and be able to take care of himself. Because they're all saying he can't take care of Fen for himself. And of course, here he comes. And she bakes him some food. She made some food for him. And he refuses to take it. He goes, I must survive on my own. And he makes that boo-boo. Look at that pathetic face he makes. He started making this face more and more as each episode. Did you notice that, Jill? As the episodes
Yes,
progressed,
that one
face,
is
the
definitely
boo-boo
heavy in
face.
this one.
I call the doctor face boo-boo face.
It says, "Feel sorry for me. Ask me to stay." No one does.
Does anybody?
No. But Will obviously wants to.
Yeah.
He gives him some words of encouragement.
Yeah. And Smith says this.
Bless you for the thought, my boy. Well, farewell.
That face.
He's dug himself into this delusion that he's being forced into an exile, but that's not true. Nobody's forcing him to do anything. He's just upset at what Don said.
Yep. And Smith heads off into the outdoor and look at poor Will. You see the empathy in his face and everything.
He's
empathetic
because he doesn't realize that Dr.
I'm
Smith
going to ask him what this ring is about that he's wearing. When I see him next time I see him, I'll talk to him, see him on Facebook. I'm going to ask him about the ring in this episode. He
was making jewelry for Penny, so maybe he made some.
I'm going to just ask him because sometimes he'll, I'll ask him a weird question about something I pick up in an episode that I've never seen in anything, and he'll tell me. So,
but Glenn has a comedy answer.
Oh, let me get over to the comment. Dr. Smith, just not a farmer. Wait, which one? Right here. Gavin Blackman, Dr. Smith's just not a farmer. And is he married? At that age? No. I don't think. No. He was only 10 years old. Yeah. No. Yeah, I was looking at that ring, and it's not like on the ring finger, like if you were a married person. So, but yeah, it's just a little.
It's a good question. I wonder if he remembers.
Yeah, I just noticed it when I watched the episode, rewatched it. Not knowing as Dr. Smith heads off on his own, Will is very, very distraught, because he like you said, he tries to see the best in everybody. And we go into the opening credits. Da, 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 da. I wish they'd let me play the damn music, Jill. But YouTube would strike me. Yeah. I don't think I get a full strike. They take it down.
No, they just take your money. Your potential money.
I'm not. I got no money to take. I got no potential money yet. I need 500 subscribers and a lot more watch hours, so I'm not worried about that. Like I said, that's not my. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I love Lost in Space. Nothing more, nothing less.
Speaking of why we're doing this for love, we've got to say hello in the chat to Tony. Hello, Tony, Stark of Iron.
Oh, there he is. I am Iron Man. Na 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 na. Welcome in the house, Stock of Iron. And everybody, when you get a chance, go over to see Stock of Iron. He's always doing fun and crazy stuff over there. And sometimes they even get saucy on Rumble. So great to see you, Tony. Take a seat and enjoy the show, my friend. So that night, the professor is tucking all the children in. he makes his rounds. It started as a labor of love, but now it's a labor of love and the living. Smiley face. Well, Tony, that's great. I'm glad that you found your thing, your niche. You like what you do, and you're good at what you do, and you'll get where you're going. Just stay the course. So, as that evening, Professor Robinson tucks in Penny and then goes in to see Will. And if you like to jump in at any time, Jill, and take it.
Oh, sure. Well, I like that they showed Penny first because she was already asleep, but Will is not asleep. He cannot sleep. He's wide awake, and he's upset, worrying about Dr. Smith. So John reassures Will that Dr. Smith is probably already sleeping himself, and so that helps Will try to sleep himself. And then we get into a segue of what Dr. Smith is actually doing.
Oh, yeah. We do have what Dr. Smith is doing. And he tucks him in, and Will's smiling, and Dr. Smith is out here in the night, and he hears a noise.
I do appreciate that they didn't make him so inept that he couldn't make a fire. At least he's got that.
And he finally has a laser rifle with me. Oh, we forgot to bring that part up. He goes, I hope you don't mind if I take a laser rifle with me for my defense.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
We'll go deer hunting and moose hunting with a laser. We'd never miss.
Yeah.
Just joking.
I'd try it.
Me and my friend Moose hunted up in Jackman, Maine, my buddies. Oh, we used to have blast at Moose Camp. The torturous practical jokes we play on each other. Some of them I can't even talk. I won't bring up on the live stream.
Oh yeah, that sounds more like another.
They'll be talked about after the funeral. We'll be talking about that as we sit and decompress.
Yeah, sometimes it helps to share.
Oh, we're gonna have but they would. I would brought up about the moose hunting video, but me and my friend both agreed it would be inappropriate to show there. But after, we're thinking about something to do with that to show people, because it is freaking hilarious. The whole thing. That was
you can in general mention those moments though.
Yeah. So here we go.
Sometimes people do like to hear about good times.
Yeah.
If they're
the moose. Yeah. When we went up to Jackman, Maine, it was funny. We tortured each other. There was 11 of us, and the practical jokes in a cabin. It was like all bunks. It's pretty cool. So we all chip in for the cabin and bring a box of food, and the people who had won the lottery would get the permit and go do the moose hunt. Dr. Smith is not going to hunt a moose tonight. That's the only thing. He
almost shoots something though.
Yes, he does, and we're going to see it.
Come out or I'll shoot.
And the flying kite. Let's see that again. I like this one.
Come out or I'll shoot.
The bad flying kite, Jill.
I will never forget the first time seeing that.
I giggled my ass off too.
I thought maybe it would be a giant cyclops or something, but no.
Yeah, but no, it's a kite on a string, probably on a runner that they ran.
It's a flying stingray made out of paper mache. The Arts and Crafts Day in the Lost in Space production team.
Yeah,
they were having fun.
Yeah, and he goes, I'll never get through this night. And in the morning, Will arrives, sees the fire out, and shakes him, touches his shoulder, and he wakes up. Oh, Will! And Will shows up and starts talking to him, and he said he slept like a baby. And Will said, oh, I brought some of Mom's biscuits and jam. And he goes, oh, I just ate a hunted and ate well. And you can see him suffering because he ain't eating nothing, Jill. You can see his face.
Yes, he missed dinner and breakfast.
Yeah. And Smith then finally cracks. He goes, "Oh, I can't let good food go to waste." And he scoffs and he's scoffing away. Will goes, "We need to find you a new camp." And Dr. Smith goes, "Why?" He goes, "Why? Because you're in a shallow, low area. You'll get wet. Like, you'll flood. We need to find you a new camp." So they finishes the biscuits. And Dr. Smith says, "We will tread for..." I don't know if I have that one.
Will has better survival skills than Dr. Smith somehow.
Yep. And I think I got the clip for this. This is a fun one. I know I have it because I put it up here. I don't like the way they reorganize this. It's maddening. Oh, I thought I had this one. I have to have this one late. I'm going to go get it. Just, it's a coming.
Lemon Pie's here. Hello, Lemon Pie.
Oh, great. Good evening, Lemon Pie. Welcome in. Welcome in. Great to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Good news.
Yes, and I think it's uploaded, folks. Nope, it's not uploading. I might have one too many. I might have to take something. Nope, it's up. And this is what happens now.
1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 2, 3, 4. Up, 2.
And they're off to find him a new camp. And then
yes, Lemon Pie. He is. He is, because he got his feelings hurt by Dawn, and so he's run away from home. he's like a little kid.
Lemon Pie, he got into trouble with the Major West once again, and he let the hydroponic garden die, and he nearly blew up the chariot. So, yeah, he's in the proverbial doghouse.
Yeah, but nobody told him to leave. It was just like, we'd be better off without you. And then Dr. Smith said, "All right, then I'm deciding that I am banished and I'm leaving."
Yep. I'm just trying to get caught up here into some okay. And we're moving along, and they come across this derelict spaceship. Will says, "Wow, look, this is a derelict spaceship," and Will says, "This could be a place." Dr. Smith goes, "Well, let's go. Let's leave this area. Look, keep looking." And Will said, "This could be a home if you clean it up a bit."
Yeah, they just have to clean up all the cobwebs.
Yeah.
I wonder where the spiders are.
And he's looking around, and he sits down. And then they discuss about getting the camp set up, and he goes and sees that door, and Dr. Smith goes like, don't waste your time with that. No. And of course,
actually, he asks Will to check it out, to see what's behind it. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Because, of course, he's going to ask Will to do something that might be scary. But the door is stuck.
Yes. And then he comes back, and he goes, "Would you mind staying around a little bit longer?" And anytime you'd like to interject anything, Jill?
Oh, sure. Like you said, they're also setting up the camp, and he's helping Dr. Smith roll out his cot or his sleeping bag.
Bedroll.
And then that's when Will
He
discovers the device.
discovers. Yes, I want to say. I know I have this one. Doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, that's what you need, some elevator music.
I know. In between, well, I'm looking for these clips. It's so maddening the way they did it, Jill.
You talking
Okay.
StreamYard?
Yes.
Yeah, I
the
don't
way
like it either.
they
I
move,
don't like it either.
the way
Now,
they.
finally, they did put back the fact that you can move the clips around again, which is good.
Yeah.
But it's still, I preferred it the way it was.
I don't. I thought I had the one with him finding the machine. I have this. I'm gonna
Well,
have to.
anyway,
I'm
this
gonna take one
mach-
down. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this
I'm gonna
machine
go ahead.
is kind of in two pieces. There's one part that you can put on like a party hat.
I am going to find. Wait, where is it? I think this is it. I'm hoping this is it.
See,
There's just some. I just can't. There's just some clips I didn't get uploaded. I thought I had them all uploaded, and Gavin Blackburn says I can hear the cat Red Dwarf saying it's a magic hat. No, it's not the Duck of Death, Tony. It's just the way the StreamYard, the right column is. It's just, it's just nerve wracking.
it's the duck of
I wonder what that is.
programming.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I did find it.
I wonder what that is. Doesn't look broken at all.
Who knows or cares? Throw it away.
Who knows?
Throw it
Who
away.
cares? Throw it away. And then, of course, Will puts it on his head. And he's like, you look like the school dunce. And that was pretty funny, too, when he put that on his head. Hey, and this is when he says this.
You know, Will, I could eat a few more of those rolls you brought me for breakfast.
I wouldn't mind having something to eat myself.
Yes.
And the machine obliges.
Yes. And appears, the food appears. And I think I
Wanted
got
somebody
this
to tell me what this is. I think it's a cherry tomato. I see shrimp. What else is going on
shish
that thing?
kebab, man. They got all kinds of. It's like they went to a Chinese restaurant and ordered a poo-poo platter. That's what
Well,
it
that
looks
must
like,
be it.
kind of, sort of. Darn it. No. And he goes, he doesn't eat it right away. And they're like,
Some kind. Oh, yeah.
yep, some kind of alien food.
Well, the device is some kind of replicator.
Yep. And, oh, yes, it does. Look. So, yeah. And Will looks at the machine. And they're both like, should we eat it or should we not?
Yeah, so Dr. Smith wants the machine to be tested again, and of course, for safety reasons, Will must do it.
Yeah, of course. I think I have the apple one. Yes, this is where he does it right here.
Will, think of something you'd like to have more than anything else.
I don't know. There are a lot of things.
So concentrate on one of them.
First, he thinks about a bike, but the terrain isn't good for it because I guess they didn't have really good mountain bikes yet at this point. And then he also thinks about a photographic microscope, but that'd be redundant because the Jupiter 2 already has a microscope. But I guess he just wants one that's just for himself. And then finally he settles on something that he hasn't had since he's been on Earth. And that's just a simple apples.
Yes, and he asks for apples, and nothing happens. He's like, think of apples, Will. Think of apples. And and then finally they all start falling, and he gets his apples. And then Smith starts to eat the food because he starts to eat the apple. He goes, we must not tell anybody about this yet. Because, of course, he's going to be greedy with this kind of ability to. He's like, eat all the apples you want, Will. And back at the camp, and I do have this clip. And I did have this one.
I'd like to have a bicycle, but the ground's not smooth here. And I've been wanting a photographic microscope. Apples. That's what I like most, like the kind we have at home.
Where is the clip of the apple? That's a good one. Well, I've got so many clips. So moving along,
You know what I do is I number them so that I know which
try to
order
number
to
them.
play them in.
Yeah, I'm going to start doing the numbers.
Next to a description. If you don't put in the description, that makes it terrible too.
Yeah, I'm going to do it with just the numbers in the description starting next week. And he comes back after they find out, and he's late for supper, and he's not too hungry, and his father goes, maybe it's because
you're full of apples.
Apples. I got to see if I have that one. Okay, here's the background music again. Do 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 do. No, wait. Come on. I'm numbering these next week. Oh, not there. So he asks him where he gets it, and he said, I have a secret between me and I'm not supposed to tell Dr. Smith that, he made a promise to Dr. Smith. And Major West goes, really? If it's for him, it doesn't count.
Yeah, you didn't give your word, so
Right.
and it's Dr. Smith, so
Yeah.
It's okay. Let us know.
Yeah. David Glenn says, how do you like them apples?
Yes, and Gavin also asks a question. Is Dr. Smith letting Will test it again out of fear or kindness? Definitely fear.
Bit of both, I think. Hey, look who's in the house. The puppet, Mr. Cool himself, Snow Dub, Jolly, the patriotic puppet. Hello, welcome in, and great to see you, my friend. Glad you stopped by. Thank you. Appreciate it, Snow. And so Major West, Will finally he tells the truth, and of course, this Dr. Smith, greedy as he is, he's sitting there with all this stuff that he's used the machine for.
One wonders just how many days have passed, because we later learned that this thing only gives up 2 things at a time every day. So how many days?
Yep. And he goes, fill my cup. My cup. And you can see that evil face. He's just drinking away.
He says, fill my cup till it runneth over. And then he complains when it does exactly that.
Yeah. And he's drinking away. And Will
But
shows up.
wait, before we
Yep,
get
go
to
ahead.
Will, there's just one
Yeah, go
thing.
ahead. Yeah,
Dr.
back
Smith
up.
has all of these ornate things, a bed, a chandelier, wine,
Yeah.
or whatever he's drinking. But he's still outside and he didn't wish for a roof.
For like a nice little shelter or a home,
Yes.
you know. So yeah, he and he goes like, I needed a few minor like conveniences. And Will's asking him, he told his parents about the machine and everything, and everything. Will and Doc Smith basically, kind of shrugs it off and everything, and he then asks Will to stay and offers him some pastry, and it and he doesn't think he should have it because of course he doesn't want to eat. He feels guilty because why I don't think I should eat cake if my and because he's not sharing the machine. And I think this is when he says it and he goes like, in other words, you don't plan on sharing it at all, really, do you? And Will's like, I shouldn't have cake if my sisters can't have cake. Just wouldn't be fair. So. And Snowdub says, I ain't there yet. Maybe I gain another 90,000 subs. What? And Stock says, right. And the big 100K is the wheat from the chaff. If I'm chaff or wheat, it doesn't really matter. I'm having a blast doing what I'm doing. And that's all that matters.
Done.
To me, when you do it,
Yeah.
like, if you're doing it for a living, I totally get it. And you're doing it for that purpose and you're younger. And to me, this is like my hobby and that's great, Tony. And you keep, like I said, stay the course, man. You'll get there. And Will doesn't want the cake. And he's like, gives it back.
He gives it back because Dr. Smith isn't showing any signs of coming back to the Jupiter 2 with it.
Nope, because he's got everything he needs. He doesn't need them. He's proving that he doesn't. He's like, Will's like, you don't need us no more.
Right.
That's what Dawn says.
Don said that all you care about is yourself.
And Will leaves.
It's true, though.
Leaves him with a plate full of pastry. Now I'm craving pastry. You know that? I'm craving cake.
Yeah,
right
I saw
now.
some raspberries on that.
Especially throwing a little bit of the munchies. Did I say that? Anyways, Dr. Smith is distraught that he lost his companion, and
Mostly because the things are making. He thinks the things are making him happy, but he's realizing that he's very lonely. And yeah, Penny is reading Nancy Drew.
Yes, she is. Nancy Drew Mystery Stories. The case that I wish I knew it. Wait, solve the thrilling mystery stories. Yeah, and Will's sitting down there depressed a little bit about Dr. Smith being who he is and the way he is. And of course, never fear, Smith is here. And he says,
Is it Santa Claus?
Oh, yeah, I have that one. I know I do.
Now, is that a way to greet Santa Claus? Particularly when he has gifts for you all.
You mean you're gonna give us the machine, Doctor?
It was always my intention.
He's so full of it. Will guilty, you felt guilty and everything. So this is when it gets funny. Right here, what he wants the new he's gonna save them all with this machine.
As his plan is to use the machine to create a new Jupiter 2.
And I definitely have this clip. And they're all like, really? And here we go. This is when it gets really silly. When he does his little walking dance, Jill, here. I got to find this one.
It
This
is really
one's a gut.
silly because he probably could have repaired the current Jupiter 2 if he would just wish for the components that they need to fix it.
Yes. And I am going...
Let's see the model.
Here we go.
Bring me another complete Jupiter 2. Bring me another complete Jupiter 2.
I loved it. And then, of course, I got the clip. It's not uploaded because...
So cute. I'm supposed to get
I'm
one.
going to get it.
This
I'm going to
October.
put it up. I'm going to put it up for you.
Mhm.
Fear not. I just had it overloaded and it made me take a whole bunch off, and now it's letting me put them all back. So we will find it. Oh, come on. Where is it? Where is it? I know I have it.
So what we're about to see is one of the models that's used for showing the ship
Gemini
fly through
12.
space.
Yes, it's one of the definite models they use. I have this one. This isn't fair the way this is doing this set. Oh, come on. I know I have it. I got to set up. Like you said, I have to number these better.
Yeah, I learned pretty quick to do that.
Yeah, and this is why I'm really annoyed with myself right now. Oh, nope, I already played that one.
Play them all. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I'm gonna just pass it because I cannot find it right now, and I know it's there, and I just the way
You've got a picture of it. The picture will be good enough. So let's see the
Yep.
picture of it because it's an
We'll
18-inch
definitely-
model used for the space scenes on the show.
And he does his little dance, and dun 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 dun. That's so cool.
It is. That's a pretty great little model.
Yeah. Now you can find some small little Robinsons and robot and everything and get back to Earth.
Well, at least they can get back to Earth.
And Will goes, yeah, maybe, Doctor, you didn't think big enough.
I didn't think of the fact that there could be real tiny Robinsons in there, and then they go back to Earth.
That would have been fun. Yeah. Oh, the pain. Yeah. We've been shrunk. Land of the Giants. Oh, my God. That would be a great Land of the Giants episode. And the robot analyzes this now. I know you like to read the robot lines. Go for it, Jill.
Thought impulses are picked up by headset and transformed into high sonaric electrical waves. Sonaric waves are then fused with the radioactive center of the machine. And then Don asks, what is the thought process to materialize into reality? Cannot compute programming data insufficient.
Efficient. And then the
Yeah, I do like that stuff. But the way that the replicator works in Star Trek is that it uses energy. So energy was turned into matter using the E equals MC squared kind of idea. But here, it's a little different. It's your thoughts are somehow turned into reality, and that part the episode does not explain How do the thoughts turn into reality?
And
Where's the even in Harry Potter when they do conjuring, it has to
yes.
the stuff has to come from somewhere. Something can't be made of
Mhm.
nothing. Just like
And this is the argument they
John is
get
about to
into.
say. Oh, right.
Go ahead.
And Penny has her own ideas. She's thinking about magic too. She's saying it's exactly like Aladdin's lamp, only instead of rubbing it, you just think of what you want. But Will's upset by this. We're trying to find a
Yeah.
scientific explanation, and you give us fairy tales. It's a thought translator.
Mhm.
That's what it is. No, I do
And
like this
then
part where they try to explain it, but they can't.
yeah, and then Maureen goes, if you're okay, I would like to, and Dr. Smith, this is where Dr. Smith says, funny thing, I can only use it, it can only be used twice a day. And then she asked that it's only been used once, so she wants to order up a meal for everybody tonight. So he said, yes, of course.
But Mr.
Uh,
Robinson doesn't want to use it because he
nope.
doesn't believe you can get something for nothing.
Yes,
As matter
exactly.
is neither created nor destroyed.
Mhm. Yep. And this scene's pretty cool here. And Judy, we are going to find out that Judy used the machine, and she shows up to see Dawn, who is working diligently underneath the chariot, and she has the infamous solar wrench. They
Yes.
Mark actually had a bunch of them. Mark got it, and he was like signing them and giving when he was giving and signing them and selling them at his shows. And you had bottles of deutronium little. I feel so bad that I never got a couple of them and one of the wrenches, but I know where I can get one. I know a friend that sells those, any kinds of old like replica. He's got a 3D printer, and he'll make you just about any Lost in Space prop you want. So Judy shows up wearing that beautiful dress that she ordered with the replicator machine, and she's like,
Kind
"Do you
of it
like
kind
it?"
of reminds me of Forbidden Planet because Robbie the robot was also a replicator and
Yes,
the lady in that movie also ordered dresses.
we're gonna do that movie. By the way, that's gonna be one of my potluck type of movies on my third Friday night when I get back from my trip. We'll get back on to Lost in Space, of course, and then we'll third week again. We'll do something different. I got the Day the Earth Stood Still lined up for the next one. I already
Hmm.
prepped ahead. So Dawn sees Judy in the dress, is like, woo, like she looks beautiful, and he goes, "You like?" And he goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "You want to go for a walk?" So of course, Dawn skips his duty, and now we're to the point where we're fighting over the machine, and greed sets in amongst the family. And I
Yeah,
do
and
have this.
we also find out later that both Will and Penny are both shirking their duties as well.
Yes.
And they're just fighting over this machine, as you said, because greed has overcome the Robinsons.
Yep. And I do have these scenes. I do have this clip. I do have it. Come on. I'm
I never thought about
frustrated
it like
tonight.
that, Gavin.
What's Gavin saying? I'm looking through these clips, trying to find the one I want.
He's saying that "go for a walk" must be an innuendo for in the 1960s.
Yeah, I don't think Irwin would like that a whole lot.
No, I don't
I'm
think
gonna
so
get this.
either.
Okay. I wanna. I'm looking for it. I gotta upload this one because it's too important. This one.
Based on this conversation, it was Penny's turn,
Yes.
but then Penny has goes goes a bad way. She's Captain Jellicoe in the way she gets her turn. Sorry, I just had a review of Chain of Command. Captain Jellicoe wasn't above using deceit to get his way. It makes him sound bad. I kind of like him.
Yeah, and this is what happened.
All you want is some goofy tape recorder, and all you want is some individual equipment. Science is more important than music. If it worked for arts, there wouldn't be any science. As Dr. Smith would say, nonsense.
and this is what she does. Eventually, she they go at it, and she goes, "Wait, let's let Dad decide." And Will's like, she goes, "You go get Dad, and I'll wait right here." And Will says this.
And don't you go anywhere. Oh, don't worry, I won't.
And anytime you'd like to jump in, Jill?
Well, Penny tricks Will. Although when she does give up her wish, she does that. I'm glad you got a shot of it, of her praying like she's.
Oh, I get the clip for you.
It's funny. I don't think she has to do that to make it work, but she does it anyway.
No, but it's cute. And here we go.
I would like some new tape recordings.
Yep, so she gets her tapes. And she is.
I gotta go check something. Happy. I'll be right back real quick.
Yeah, sure. I'll pause it. And while we're doing that, I very rarely do funny commercials, but I actually got something funny for y'all. A little like commercial break. I hope I don't get in trouble for this.
I am your father.
Nuh-uh.
The fuck you mean, nuh-uh?
Nuh-uh.
Yaha, I am your dad.
Nuh-uh.
The fuck does that even mean, nuh-uh? What does that even mean? Princess Leia is your sister. I am your father. You are my son.
You're not my dad, nuh-uh.
The fuck? What does nuh-uh mean? You can't say nuh-uh.
Yaha, you're not my dad.
Nuh-uh.
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 Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
God damn it, Luke. We can't keep going on like this. I am your father.
Nuh-uh.
The fuck you mean, nuh-uh?
Nuh-uh.
I hope you like that one. But yeah, you guys, how did that sound? Did that sound nice? Yeah. Jill, you back? When Jill's back, let me know, and we will continue. I got something for Tony if you're still here. I added some sound, a little bit of fun, sound effects for the show and everything. If there's ever a science fiction, any of you folks are interested, Gavin, David, any of my audience, please feel free to ask me. I have a lot of media, and if I don't have it, I will get it, and I will do a show on it, and you can join the panel. Anything that you enjoy from the past. I usually have a draw line. I usually don't go past the 90s because I don't consider that classic science fiction. Kind of 80s on back. So if there's anything that you guys like, whether it be corny, campy, B movie type style, I will make my effort to put on a nice little presentation, and we can discuss that particular movie or show that you like. I mean, there's some people that like Blake 7, Firefly, old Buck Rogers reels and stuff like that. Silent Running, I have a very good copy of Gavin. I have that and Dark Star on what We'll do Silent Running. Thank you very much. That will be one of our potluck movie nights. Excellent. I will make some amazing clips, and you will join the panel that night if you like.
Okay. I have returned.
Welcome back. I played something funny for the guys. I'll play it for you
Very
next
cool.
time. It's like a little commercial between Luke and his Luke Skywalker and then his father. I'll let you hear it after the show if you want. But okay, Will is now back at the table, and he is really mad because of what Penny did. And
I think she should be punished.
yes, I have that one. Come on. I know I should have it right here because he's sitting at the table with him.
He thinks she should lose a few turns. Except that John thinks that people are going to just fight over them. And he's pretty right. This episode is pretty good. This is as using Robinson as the moral compass.
Yeah, and she's like, Dad, I just love Mozart, Bach, and all the great. And he asks her this question. I just had it. This is. Oh,
Sorry,
here we go.
Beethoven?
Well, I won't argue with your choice, but do you have anything there by Deceit?
Deceit? I don't think I've ever heard of that composer.
And then he goes on to say, have you about this?
Oh, perhaps you don't recognize the name. Maybe these names will help. Cheat, lie, trick.
And, he was very, very emphatic in saying this family has gotten along this long without this machine. And we've had love, respect, and understanding. And, and this is what he says.
Will, up to now, this family's been getting along very well. We have respect and love for one another. And you cannot wish for those things with that.
And he's right.
How does that alien know Bach? Anyway, I'm sorry, I got on a tangent in my mind, but yes, you're right. You cannot wish for those things, and he also says that this machine says it makes dreams come true, but really, nightmares can also be dreams.
Do you have a Lost in Space monster that sounds like a maniac laughing loop 3 or 4 times? No, I don't. But David Glenn, I will create one for you. But the monster tonight does make a weird noise, and I imitate him pretty good. He sounds like he's humming. He's like,
Well, it's just somebody's voice slowed down, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, give me my shit back, or I'm gonna kill you.
But this is oh yeah. Yeah, there are some great monsters in Lost in Space. Great to listen to.
And Lemon Pie says, oh, wait. Well, we'll do Lemon Pie, and then I'll go back to Gavin. You can't wish for another Dr. Smith, so don't hurt his feelings anymore. Lemon Pie. That was a good.
Well, yeah, that's the reason for this episode. He got his feelings hurt.
It's a good ensemble episode. All the cast get a moment. They do on this episode. They really spread it out this is really, there's a lot of it's very evenly distributed episode.
True. I would
And
appreciate these episodes more if John Robinson got as many of these. And here's the moral of the story speeches like this one.
yeah. And
The
here they all
machine,
come
it's
back.
he also says instead of making us happier, it sows the seeds of discontent, mistrust, and indolence, which is a good word, meaning
Yes.
laziness.
Yep. And he says he can sum it all up at the thought machine. No, this is like he was like telling the family right here this.
And it can be summed up in 3 words. The thought machine.
You know, and he's right. You know, they were on this planet. Gavin Blackburn says, "Nice walk, Dawn." Yeah, they both look like they were. They just went for a walk, Gavin. You know, this is rated G. You know, I don't know if they did anything behind it. I don't think they'd ever say if the chariot's rocking, don't come knocking. And I don't think that would be nice to say.
I think the most they did was hold hands, and even that.
Yeah, that would not be allowed back then. None. Any kind of innuendos of anything further than holding hands or maybe a peck on the hand here and there. I'd never seen them kiss on the lips. They never kissed. At least
He
I
did
never
kiss
saw
her
them.
hand.
Yes,
one time.
he did. Yes. And he's like, Will's like, well, you know, he just does everything for you. And that's when he goes into his spiel and they realize that, you know, he's right. And all the things that you said, and he's taking it back to Dr. Smith and says, I want you to take us and leave or destroy it or I will. And he goes, you can't, this is mine, you know? And he's like, Dr. Smith says, then I'll take it and leave. And he goes, well, that's your prerogative to go. And he leaves. And then he
take
goes,
the robot with him, but no.
well, yes. And of course, no, the robot, you got the machine, you can wish up your own servant. He wanted the
He
robot
doesn't
as a robot.
explicitly suggest that, though.
No.
Because then we'll be saying that it was John who gave him the idea to make a slave. So, no, that didn't happen.
And Smith goes downstairs. He goes, I'll be leaving in the morning. So he heads down. And the next day, of course, indeed. Wait, here we go. I got this.
Refusing to give me the robot, indeed. I can get along without him, too.
Oh, my goodness.
Exactly.
So now...
I can have anything I want.
I have the thought machine, and I can have anything I want.
He's wished for a copy of the Mona Lisa, but he still has no roof.
Nope. Nope. And I like this. I have that clip of him.
Oh, David Glenn's got to go to the store?
Oh. Well, David Glenn? It's okay. We understand. Thank you for coming in and wrenching for us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating, David Glenn. You're appreciated. You know that. And I will see you on the Cotton Council, and I will see you on Taco Tuesday and Hump Day and Snow Dub Entertainment. And take care, David. Thank you. And Smith has something to say to the great Mona Lisa.
To you, Mona.
And then he sees the coffee. He goes, oh, I'm so full and tired. And he wants this is where he wants. If I could just get over there, I don't want to move. And this is where he thinks, if I only had a servant. Yes, Zachary, you would like a servant, wouldn't you? He says it like that, and then he puts it on.
I'd like a servant to bring me some coffee.
And of course, finally, the door opens. I'm just going to get set up for the next clip here. Yeah. Oh, wait, I didn't play this one first. This is great.
I say, Zachary, would you like a servant? Yes, Zachary, you would like a servant.
I had to play that when I found it finally. Yeah, and
Yeah, he's really drunk there with whether it was the wine or the power.
yeah. And so out comes the alien, and he comes out. Not yet, but he comes out, and he goes, coffee.
Coffee. Too long.
And Jill, anytime.
Oh, sure. This creature is called a rubberoid, and he's played by Dawson Palmer. And this was his second time on Lost in Space. And this was the first time he got to stand up straight. The last time he was the bubble creature in the Derelict.
Ah, wow.
Yes.
So
yes, he was
very silent character, just making noises.
Yes, he plays a lot of creatures, and he was he used to be a basketball player, and he was 6'7" and 3/4 inches tall. Wow, that's really specific. And we will get to see his face in one episode when we get to the space croppers.
Yes, I know who he plays. The Lycanthropos. And here he comes, and Smith is like frightened, and this thing's like, give me like, he wants the machine back.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do any serving. He wants his machine back.
Yeah, because he picks it, and Smith goes, yeah, there you go. And he takes the tray, and he comes towards Smith, and he just throws it at him, and then he's like, makes that noise. He wants the machine. And Smith goes, no, you can't have my machine. And he runs off. And they're back at the Jupiter 2, and I think you probably want to jump into the science aspect of this scene right here.
The science aspect? Essentially what
the
happened
food's
here
going
is
back.
that... Yeah, the fruit was fresh just an hour ago, but everything's gone rotten. Everything that came from the machine is being destroyed, not really disappearing yet. It's just degrading. And then we see, of course, Judy is now in rags. Her dress that she wished for is now in tatters.
And that doesn't look nice, like a nice harmless servant, Lemon Pie says. No, it doesn't, Lemon Pie. But and even Penny's music stopped working.
Yes, the tapes don't work anymore. And it kind of makes... we know that everything's degrading because we saw Smith ruining it, asking for a slave. However, it kind of makes sense that items from the machine would have some kind of half-life, if you want to talk science.
Yes, a shelf life, yes. Because you said, nothing can come from nothing. It's got to come from matter. So
exactly, and that this kind
of
thing
matter
happens,
decomposes and breaks down.
but it really is more like magic, and so I keep thinking about Harry Potter, where you can create gold, but it's fool's gold because it doesn't last for very long, and it'll disappear after a little while.
And he's
But
running from.
to
Yep.
switch
Go
back to
ahead.
science, uh, um, a muon will decay into electrons and neutrinos. And so, yes,
Yes.
so either for the machine to work, it either the matter or the energy has to come from somewhere. And so it makes sense if it has a limit and it's temporary.
Well, welcome in when evil follows. Good evening. Hope you're
Hello, when
enjoying
evil
the.
falls. Wow.
Hope you enjoy the show. And the alien pursues Dr. Smith. That noise. I love that sound. And they're like sitting there discussing about everything going wrong. And then next thing you know,
Don has another zinger here.
yeah. Good.
When things go bad for no logical reason, I've always got an answer. Smith.
And of course, who shows up in front of the ship? Let me in. And he's there, like looking down. I think I might have a clip for this. Here we go.
He wants my machine. Can you imagine anything more unreasonable?
That's a great shot.
I had to have a shot of that. Him. And of course, it shows him coming in. And again, turns around. They turn on the force field. And Dr. Smith feverishly turns on the force field. And he's like, walks into it. He gets zapped. And he's like, got his hands out for the machine. And Dr. Smith goes, you can't have it. And why? Because he asked him for a servant and everything like that. And he wasn't going to give him back the machine. And he was like, he's not going to leave. And he's standing out there asking for the machine. And Smith is still refusing. And John goes, all right, Don, turn off the force field. Yeah, Jill, anytime if you'd like to add anything.
Well, you've got it going on with that. I was just enjoying your show for a second there.
Yeah. So So he goes to turn on the force off the force field. Then Smith is trying to literally. I've never seen Dr. Smith try to put his hands on Major West like this. So he grabs at him. He's desperate.
He knows how that
like,
fight's going to end.
Exactly. Him being choked out by Major West. And he's like blocking. Look at him stand in front. He's blocking the force field. He's like, he hit the machine, and then the alien seems to miraculously, it just disappears from the front of the ship. They don't see it.
That's because all the aliens all the aliens can teleport except for the Robinsons. They can't do it.
Yeah. And they go get some rifles, and I did it again. Oh, good. Not too far back. I apologize. That's the technical difficulty that happens to me at least once a show, where I click the stop button and I exit out of the slides. So my apologies. And the aliens, of course, we're back to this. And
yeah, John insists that Dr. Smith give the machine back to the alien.
Yep.
Doesn't really give him a choice, so they're all gonna go do it together.
Yeah, and he goes, you're coming with us to show us where the machine is, and they're leaving. And she goes, like, turn the force field back on once we leave. So they're off, and look where the alien is. We'll pause it right there. And the alien's right there following them. And she sees them. And Maureen sees the alien following them. And Smith is like filibustering all the way. And he comes up and he finds the machine. Will gets the machine. And he's like, they're gonna go return it to the alien. And Smith is like trying to filibuster again, like he does not want to give it up. And you see the look of the begrudging look on his face about returning it, because he knows that. See, John was smart. He's got that laser rifle right there. They're all out there alone. There's no witnesses. Jill, what do you think? Him and Don could put their problem to rest right there.
Oh my God. Well, John might not be too happy about that. He doesn't like Smith either,
but he doesn't want to be
then
violent
Don
in
would
front of
be.
Will.
Yeah.
And then they end up showing up at the derelict spaceship.
But you're right. You're right. If it was just Dr. Smith and Don on 3 planets together, that would be the end of Smith.
Imagine Don goes, "Hey, Smith, you want to go hunting with me for the day? Just me and you, day together out." Do you think he'd go? No. So they arrive back at the derelict spaceship, and it starts glowing, and of course the alien appears, materializes, and it puts its hands out. It wants the machine back, and Smith goes, "Give it." John goes, "Give it back," and Smith like, maybe Will should do it. You see how cowardly he even wants Will to do that, and I have that.
He's been doing that this whole episode. Yeah, but this time John is here to stop it.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, here we go. I have this clip. I know I do. Here we go. And then the alien gets it. And the scene, I'm not saying much because this scene speaks for itself.
It really does. There's only one problem with this scene, is that everything else made by the machine had degraded and dilapidated, except for everything here at the derelict ship.
Yes. Okay. And
I guess that would have been more work to melt the candles and put a slash through the Mona Lisa and all that. That would have been a lot of work.
And all of a sudden,
I noticed it.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, what happens?
Yes, everything disappears, which makes you wonder whether or not Judy changed before that happened, or if she just found herself suddenly without clothing.
And then, of course, Will goes over to the door and opens it, and they're like, "No, don't!" And they open it up, and it's all gone. And I got something right here. This is...
The alien meant only good.
Dad, I don't understand. Why did the alien give us things and then decide to take them back?
Because Dr. Smith asked for too much.
Yeah. And this is what he said.
You know, he could have had anything he wanted. But like most people, it wasn't enough.
And then the moment in the end, Will's like, the alien sees that Will's humble and was grateful, so he gets an apple.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the deal with this alien? Why has it just been sitting in this dilapidated ship compartment this whole time?
Yeah, well, I get this clip right here for this too.
That vindictive creature.
He would have stayed, Doctor. We made him leave because we were selfish. He must have really heard me.
Dr. Smith, well, Will learn something, which is good because Dr. Smith really didn't.
Nope. And then they head back, and then we get into the cue into leading us into next week's episode, Gavin Blackburn and Lemon Pie. And the robot standing out there with a space probe. This episode will be called The Raft. Season 1, episode 12, that we'll be doing when I return from my trip up north, folks. And the robot gets ready to launch the probe, and Will's been launched a few already and failed, and he keeps going. So, oops, I screwed up. That clip got slipped back in. So the robot, there's a Will's like getting ready to launch, and we're going to go through this because this is a whole new episode, and we're just going to give it a teaser. And they have the countdown, and the space probe launches, and it's rising up, and Will watches it, and the robot repeats the altitude, space probe, so many thousand feet, and then Will comes outside and watches, and all of a sudden it reaches a certain altitude, and John shows up, and it reaches it gets further up there, and it explodes, and it starts falling. The robot goes danger, and it starts falling to the earth, and John jumps in front, tackles and saves the kids. And stay tuned next week, same time, same channel. Unfortunately, it will not be until I return from my trip up north, ladies and gentlemen, and we will go let it run through the closing credits. Jill, what did you think of this episode and your total take on it tonight?
Oh, sure. This is great. I enjoyed this episode. It was really great to have a replicator machine. Even though they couldn't really explain how it could turn the thoughts into objects, it was pretty fun to have it. It was
Yeah.
it was a little bit like a replicator, and I'm okay with that because the character attractions were really good, especially when Will realizes that they've all become really selfish and that but of course Dr. Smith doesn't really realize it. He's just
Yes.
still upset at the
Yeah.
alien.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah.
I want to apologize for the technical difficulties. I will start numbering each and every clip from here on out. That way, and with the description, and I will line
Yeah.
them up proper. So I'm
And
not
it
fiddling
really helps
around.
to put the numbers, definitely. And
Oh,
that's what
just
helps me when I do my shows. But I'll
yes,
never
and not to
forget the
mention.
flying stingray. Oh,
Yeah,
what the heck was
and
that?
it looked like a kite that they put stuff. It didn't kind of look like a kite on like a tether.
Sure.
And
With jelly ball eyes.
yeah, and we're drag that over there, and we're off there, and we're off there. And it was a great episode, and all considering, we got through it. We soldiered through it together. Thank you, Jill, for being here tonight, and thank you for being here. Lemon Pie, Gavin Blackbird, Stock of Iron, Snow Dub, When Evil Follows, David Glenn, and Jill. Thank you, and that's it for tonight, guys. And I'm gonna prepare for my trip, and like I said, I will be on the Cotton Council, Jill. And tomorrow is Twilight Zone. Still, also is probably going to be a busy day for me tomorrow. I have to do blood work and everything, and prepare for my travels. So I'm going to have to. Are you alone tomorrow? Or is
Yes, I
Scotty gonna be in?
understand. I can go on my own. You don't have to worry
I'm
about
not
me.
gonna. I really am not gonna be.
You really need
I'm
to.
so
You really need
sorry.
to focus on what you're doing. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I
I can
wanted to
handle it.
I wanted to make sure I
Because
got the stream in tonight.
because
I
you don't have
missed
to
it
worry
last
about
week.
me because I always have the chat, and my chat is always really active, and they keep me company.
Okay, I just don't like to leave no one hanging, but I appreciate it that you understand my situation right now, and I just got so much to do and so little time to do it. And I want to be prepared for next week when I roll out next Monday. But that being said, guys, Jill, plug anything you'd like to plug before you head
Oh,
out for the night?
you just did it for me. I've got Lost in Space in the morning at 11 a.m. Central Time, and on Friday, I'm going to have Max
You mean the
Redstone
Twilight
on.
Zone at
I mean,
11
oh, the
a.m.
Twilight Zone. Excuse me. Yes, the Twilight Zone at 11 a.m. Central Time. I've been
Are you gonna do
anyway.
any gaming this week? You have anything happening there?
Gaming?
Any
I don't
events?
no, I'm not gonna be doing gaming, but on Friday, I'm going to have Max Redstone on, and we're going to talk about Under Siege. And then on Saturday night, we're going to have a shore leave where we're gonna talk about some stuff and some things and have some
That's
fun.
that's outstanding. And I removed myself from the stage. I'm sorry. Well, folks, this will be my last stream. I will be rolling out to head to Maine on the 18th of this month, 17th or 18th. But I will be doing, like I said, my Cotton Council duties on Saturday evening, and that will give me something to relax myself before we make the big journey up north. So thank you very much. And when I will keep you all informed or through X, those who follow me, Jill, I will keep you well informed and let you know when I'm back in town, and we will resume season 1 of Lost in Space. With that being said, I want to thank you all for being here. It's been even though it's been a tough week for me and what I have ahead, I appreciate you all coming out and spending the time with me doing the stream. And I apologize for the streams that I postponed the previous week. So with that being said, God bless. Thank you very much. Stay safe out there and have a blessed evening. Goodbye.